I am Ruth. Just to go over my experience I had 3 years ago. I was 16 years old and I was absolutely heartbroken. I found out that my brother, Edward, had died in the Battle of Amiens. I can remember that day so vividly. The grief, the remorse was all that I could feel. I wanted to shrivel up in a little ball and vanish, but I needed to remember. Trying to avoid sadness is like trying to avoid life. It is now November 8th, 1921. I live with my Aunt Mary in Williamsburg, Virginia. I am so grateful for her. She helped me when I needed her the most. I don't know what I would have done without her. After I found out Edward had died, I had to go and stay in Virginia with her. As I unpacking my suitcase, I keep getting terrible flashbacks to the time when I heard the grim news about my brother. He didn't deserve to die. He sacrificed his life for Americans like me. I sometimes wish he had never left for the war, but then I remember that he fought for his country. I should be proud of the ultimate sacrifice that he gave, his life. As I continue to pack my bags, memories continue to flood through my mind. His laugh, his smile, and all that he had said before he left. He was my brother, but much more than that, he is my friend, and the closest thing I had ever had. When I first arrived at Mary's house, I saw the swing that my brother and I had loved so much when we were children. Edward always pushed me so high I thought I was flying. It was wonderful. I also recollected all the Christmases that we spent together in Virginia making Christmas cookies and hanging our homemade stockings. I treasured those times. Suddenly, I hear a voice calling my name. I shake myself free of the trance I was at in the moment. I walk to the kitchen and inhale the delicious smell of cherry pie. I look over and see Mary and someone else. "This is my friend James. He came over to visit, and I thought you might like to talk to him," said Mary. "Hello, I was in the same battle as your brother. I'm so sorry for your loss. I was good friends with Edward. He was one of the most inspiring men I could have fought with. He was a very brave, considerate soldier who always cared about others," responded James. "Thank you. I miss him so much," I said. "Soldiers in the war were put through a lot. First, the war was fought by soldiers in trenches," said James. "Excuse me, but what are trenches?" I asked. Trenches were long, narrow ditches dug into the ground where soldiers lived. They were very muddy, uncomfortable, and the toilets overflowed into them. These horrible conditions caused some soldiers to develop medical problems such as trench foot. During the war, many soldiers suffered from disease because of food shortages. "What kind of food did you eat?" I asked him. "We would eat canned corned beef, bread, and biscuits." "How did the war even start?" I questioned him. "Well, it started when a Serbian patriot named Gavrilo Princip shot innocent Ferdinand. The assassin was a supporter of the Kingdom of Serbia, and within a month of the Australian army invaded Serbia," James explained. "Only if Franz Ferdinand was not assassinated, then everything would be okay," I announced. "Correct," James added. He began to walk to the door to depart. "Well, thank you so much for sharing all this information with me. I now better understand what my brother was put through as a soldier. I am so proud for his bravery through all of this. Goodbye. I hope we can visit each other again soon." As I walk back to my room to finish unpacking, I think to myself, I feel so sorry for all those innocent soldiers who fought and died in the war, and for their families who are only left with their memories. It is now November 10th. Mary and I are about to arrive on the train, which will take us to Washington, D.C. We are going to a ceremony at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. I enjoyed the marvelous views from the train's window. Seeing all the landscapes, animals, and flowers put a smile on my face. We have around 1 hour before we arrive to the service. This is so important to Mary and I, because the Tomb of the Unknowns symbolizes the Americans who gave their lives in World War I like Edward. This ceremony recognizes unidentified soldiers with a single tomb that contains the body of a single unknown soldier. That one soldier serves as a symbol of the sacrifice of all the unknown soldiers who have died in the battle. Aunt Mary told me that the public will be able to lay a flower at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. each day on November 9th and 10th. I also heard there will be a flower ceremony on Veterans Day. After we arrive at Washington, and as we are standing in tribute watching the military guard walk 21 steps symbolizing the highest military honor, the 21-gun salute, I think to myself, I am proud to be an American.
Thank you, Josie. Our second, third, fourth, and fifth graders are going to lead us in a medley of Armed Forces anthems. If you have served in the service, we would ask that you stand when your anthem is sung. Thank you.
Freedom and to be